You can feel it. The feeling is deep within you. Just above your stomach.
Good morning.
It has a certain depth to it, a certain power.
Great morning.
It scares you a little
Blessed
bit.
morning.
You feel yourself being
Healed
pulled by it,
morning.
pushed by it. You
Anointed
even try to
morning.
shake it, but no
Amazing
matter what,
morning.
it doesn't go away.
Listen. What's up, y'all?
You get caught in your own head. What if no one gets it? What if they don't like it? What if I don't really have anything important to say? My ideas are all the same. They're probably sick of this. It's not life-changing enough.
This song is so
And
powerful.
although there's this continuous internal cycle, it's interesting to note that when you question the cycle, which is an extension of you, it ultimately means that you're questioning yourself.
Oh, you were born for this. What's up? You were born for this. You were born for this. So wake up to your greatness. You were born for this. You were born for this. Come on. You were born for this. So what? Wake up to your greatness.
We're living in a world where people need to touch more, experience more, love more, go deeper more, live more, breathe more, shift their perspective more. Be challenged more, be stimulated more, think more, laugh more, believe more, trust more, flow more, relax more, and guess what? The world is looking at you.
The world is looking at you. Listen, you were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born. Listen.
You were born for this.
Oh, so wake up to your greatness. You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this. You were born for this. Wake up to your greatness.
The world needs you to play bigger.
We need you to play bigger. We need you to be stronger. We need you to live louder. Do you know what that means? The world needs you to play bigger. Be stronger. The world needs you to live louder. Live louder, yeah. You were born for this. You were born for this. You were born for this. Wake up to your greatness. Somebody say, I'm waking up to my greatness in the comments right now. Listen, this ain't no hype. This is a movement. Listen. Oh, wake up to your greatness. Wake up to your greatness. Wake up to your greatness. Listen. I'm about to get that album. Get it. Wake up to your greatness. I had to just put this on because, first of all, a lot of this stuff, probably everything, I don't know, it's very rarely will I write something, co-write something that I don't like live and need to hear on a consistent basis. And so, you know, you look at the climate of the world and things that are being shown to you. I'm a firm believer that we're not seeing as much good as much bad as people's posting, right? Because there's just as much good. There's more good. There's so much good happening in the world. But if you look at, ma'am, them vocals. Wait, this fan is doing the most. All right, so listen. Here's the deal. I'm so damn glad you came on. Good. The thing is, like, we can get, and the reason why I thought, there's just so much on my brain that I want to talk about, which I'm going to start my podcast back up. So you guys, I used to have a podcast, and then I interviewed someone that was like really, really popular, and then my podcast got spammed. And then I just said, who cares? Because I really didn't care enough. And now I'm like, oh, I should have kept that. Anyway, I'm going to start it back up. There's just so much to talk about. The media would want you to feel like the world is ending and everything is over and to live in fear, because the more fear you are, the more you're not waking up to the greatness in you. There's something that you're here to do. Everybody is so unique. The beautiful thing is that we all have a energetic DNA. We all have unique fingerprints. We all are, different, and we're also better together, you guys. We are all different, but we're better together. And the more you shine, the more I see you shine on whatever it is you are good at, whatever it is that you feel led to do and be, the more I feel like, man, I'm gonna go do what I feel like I should do. And I want you to know that whatever you have, you and I have the gift of being here. Today is 9/11. You know, you look at what's happening with all these crazy storms and, you know, just things are happening, the shootings. And I mean, it's just a lot, right? And the human mind will want you to just stay home and stay to yourself and stay in your routine and just be safe. But guess what? That is the enemy. Because guess what? There is no promise of life without trials. There is no promise of life without tribulation. There is no promise of life. And I was just reading something, and it was like Proverbs 20. Man, it's on my phone, and I'm using my phone for Instagram. It's like Proverbs 20, and maybe it's verse 7. Maybe it's verse 7. They're doing the lawn today, and I have been just sniffling. Okay, so it's like Proverbs. Anyway, I don't know. It's like Proverbs 20. Y'all know I love me some good Proverbs. But let me see if I can get the whole chapter. Proverbs 20 is so yummy. The lazy man will not plow because of winter. He will beg during harvest and have nothing. And, you know, you can take that scripture and go a million ways. That's one of the scriptures that kind of popped out at me. But it's also like, like lazy man, as in, like, if there's something that you feel fired up about and you're not moving on it, like you being lazy, like you're being called to something. You're like, I'm obsessed with Dorian. Like I keep telling, I'm just obsessed with this whole freak storm, Dorian, and all the people. My heart is like, I literally wake up, go to sleep all day. Like I'm like driving, I'm not even driving myself crazy. I'm just obsessed. Like I gotta do something, like, and I care enough. And so that means just the obsession. I don't need to be some conspiracies in my closet by myself. I need to be making noise and letting other people know, look at the storm, look at these people suffering. What can we do? What resources do we have? How can we give? These people are going to need money on a consistent basis to buy things like tampons, ladies. Like, can you imagine going through a storm and you're on your freaking period and then you have nothing but the clothes on your back? And you're just displaced. Your whole city's destroyed. You have no store. You have no home. Your kids have nothing. I'm freaking upset about it. And so it's not just enough to be upset. Waking up to your greatness means standing up for what you believe in and getting fired up and getting action, right? If you feel like there's injustice, get your ass in the system and do something about it. Figure out what's happening in your community. It's time for us to stop just sitting and looking and saying, oh, this is sad. What? Like if you were fired up about 9/11, you're not supposed to forget 9/11. Then what are you doing? What have you done? What can you do to honor the people that have lost their lives for stupidity of others? What can I do in my life that honors my ancestors? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what waking up to your greatness. What are you fired up about? What's your message? Like what? And it doesn't have to mean you have to be so freaking speaker. So many people are so worried about being the dang speaker and being seen. I'm speaking now, but I ain't trying to walk around and be like, oh my God, I'm speaking. Like, who cares? I'm just trying to tell you what I'm fired up about. That's your message. And because I'm fired up about different things, then I go do some stuff, right? And that's what I'm bringing to you. So that's what you do, whatever it is for you. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have to be about ending world hunger. You may just want to like do something in your community, whatever. I don't know. You figure that out. Everybody's different and nobody's to judge anybody's movement or message, but damn, are you just a dead body walking? Are you useless? Are you alive but dead? Or do you have the gift of life today? And are you done sitting, stalking social media people, looking at what they're doing? What are you doing? That's all I'm saying. And what you're depressed about today, I don't understand. Because guess what? I know some people get really mad when you start talking about depression and anxiety. I experienced depression. I experienced anxiety. I experienced frustration. I experienced all of these things. But guess what? When you build a muscle of recognizing spirits, because depression is a spirit, anxiety, the anxiousness, that's a spirit. Overwhelm is a spirit. So I'm going to speak. Oh, hi, Overwhelm. You're here today to remind me that I just have to eat this elephant one thing at a time, one bite at a time. So I'm going to just relax, brain dump what I'm overwhelmed about, and trust and know that I have the power to fix this. And guess what? What I don't know, God will put the people on my path and I will be on fire. I will figure it out. I will know who, I will know now, I will know how, when the time is right. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. That's why you can't just pick up like you can't just pick up faith after the trial. That doesn't make any sense. You have to be building faith little by little every single day, because when something traumatic happens and you haven't built that faith muscle, oh, it's going to appear like magic. For very few people, it does. For the average person, it doesn't. So that's why every single day you put on the armor. You go get the mindset. You go figure out, how am I to walk? How am I to think? How am I to talk? Nothing exists without imagination. The chair that I'm sitting in was in someone's mind, and they imagined it, they drew it out, and then they start taking action, and they got there at some point. So what does that tell me? That tells me that no matter what is taken from me, I can rebuild it. That tells me that no matter what I feel like I don't know, I can figure it out. That tells me whatever you're struggling with, you can fix it. So that's the mindset. And that is a practice. And you have to be careful of people that you're around. So many messages was coming to me. I was like, okay, I can't talk about all that at one time, but maybe I can. Because it's like, how many people are you around? They are going nowhere. They're going nowhere. I remember when the doctor told my mom, you can't just go to church and go home and not have a social life. Who are your friends? And when I think about that moment this morning, I was in tears. I was thinking about my mom, and I'm like, my mom, before everybody saw my mom have dementia, I saw it. And I took my mom to the doctor. I never took my mom to the doctor before. I never took anybody to the doctor before. I don't have any children. I don't be sick. I don't go to, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take her to the doctor. I've never done this, but I'm just going to go up there. And I felt shame because that's my mom. And so I felt hurt, like I was talking bad about her to the doctor in front of her, but I just didn't want to keep looking at her, repeat herself and forget things and get lost driving to my home. Something is wrong. It took courage to take my mama to the doctor. It took courage for me to keep trying to see what was wrong with her when everybody was like, oh, there's nothing happening. No, she had freaking Alzheimer's. You guys, when you're not living loud, when you're not playing bigger, when you're not being bold, when you're not being courageous on all of the unctions that are coming to you, everything is making you fearful. Everything, you ain't starting because you're trying to figure out how. Who the heck knew how in the beginning? How did slaves know they were going to be free? They didn't freaking know. They just had to start trying. Stop worrying about how. You are literally not living how God wants you to be. I remember sitting in the doctor's office and telling him something's wrong with my mother. He's like, what? I'm like, I don't know. She repeating herself. She doing all this weird stuff. Something's up. The guy runs all the tests. When I thought about that this morning, and I was like, it's interesting because when I really think about it, it's like my mom almost was relieved that I spoke up for her. Who are you not speaking up for today? And I know I'm all over the map, and I don't care. You should be used to that by now if you follow me. If you knew, hey, what's up? I be everywhere. Get with it. Like what? Who are you not speaking up for? When I think about what she says to me every day now, when I go up, going over there later, my mom is literally like, she always tells me thank you. Like when she stutters and she can't get the sentence out because her mind is like going away, she literally just tells me thank you. She's like, thank you. I know it's okay. Like she finally can say that she's forgetting without feeling shame and guilt. Why do we live in a world where somebody feels guilty for having freaking dementia? That's stupid. It's because somebody's not loud enough. Somebody's not teaching and educating on this process. Like it needs to be louder. Yeah, there are people. Thank you, Jesus, for all the people who have movements and all the people who are doing things. I'm not discrediting them, but there needs to be more people in every category, from the simplest things to the most complicated things. Nothing's bigger or better. It's just about getting out. And what the heck are you like? All the stuff that we tell ourselves, I don't know. Yes, bullshit, you do know. Sorry, I'm cussing and I'm talking about Jesus. I don't care. I think it's BS. You do know. And we have to play little tricks with ourselves. If I'm mad about something, if I'm frustrated, if I feel like I don't know, then I have to just say, okay, if I did know, what would it be? Let me just release myself because I'm putting so much pressure on myself. Okay, if I did know, if I was planning this for somebody else, because we're real good at helping other people. We're real good at coming up with ideas for other people. So, okay, make yourself another person. What would you counsel yourself and say? How much time are we going to waste? Like, I'm mad at myself. I've wasted times on stupid friendships, stupid relationships. You live in the wrong dang life with the wrong people. The doctor told my mom, like, you need to get out. He was like, tell me about your life. She go to church and she go home. The church is slow, one by one, folks dying or leaving. But you go to church and you go home. That's your life. He was like, you need friends. You need people. You need auxiliary. You need to live. What do you want to do? This is what the doctor was telling my mom. He said, right now, I believe you have depression. This is years ago. You guys. He told my mom, he said, right now, I think you have depression. He said, but if you keep this up, you're going to have dementia. And she just sat there. Because everything's so freaking taboo. You guys, the world needs you to play bigger. The world needs you to live louder. The world needs you to be stronger. Be strong enough to have a conversation that's uncomfortable. Be strong enough to leave a situation that you've been in and you've been telling everybody it was right. Be strong enough to say, I'm wrong. This is stupid. I'm out. You free other people when you start freeing yourself. Seriously. Like the more, like, I don't know, like, look at what's happening everywhere. Look at 9/11. What kind of freak accident was that? But we're here today. We can be on the internet. We live streaming. We dancing. We got iPads. We got all this stuff. Meanwhile, people in Bahamas city wiped out. Y'all, there's so much. And I'm going to speak for myself. I know there are things that I can do and play bigger. And all I do is pass the message on. So please believe I'm not speaking from the mountaintop. But for me to sit and think about what I don't have, that's bullshit. Oh, I wish somebody would do this. Oh. What in the cuss word are you sitting? Now, thank God for my daddy. Because my daddy just built me a different kind of way. If it's something I want, I'm about to get it. Period. That's a mindset. Again, you have to, like, it's a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. Listen, in an abusive relationship, at some point, you're not finna keep hitting me. Oh, I'm actually better than this. Okay. I'm gonna keep trying to get out until I get out, because I know I'm gonna get out. So I don't care what somebody say, oh, you did this and you went back. I just kept trying to get out. I kept thinking my way through it. I kept falling, getting hit, and I kept getting back up. Then I got smart. I'm gonna get out or I'm gonna die trying. That's a different energy. Then I realized, oh, you a coward anyway. So here we go. Because what's life? You try to take it so many times, like, shit, I don't care about it this time. Well, I almost died so many times. What's up? Let's go. Then you realize it wasn't nothing anyway. Could have been left. See, some of the stuff that we're worried about, it's not real. It's not real. But as soon as you energetically say it is, it's real. It's real. So all I'm saying is, it's just time to wake up. Like, it's time to play bigger. Like, whatever I've done, I don't care. There's nothing, like, it's the past. Like, it's time to play bigger. I'm not living off old successes, old accomplishments, old stories. Who cares? I'm not trying to be some name that you got from me. I'm just going to be a better version of me, period. I'm in competition with the old stuff that I've done. I'm in competition with what's coming to me right now to do. And I'm in competition with time. Because I'm going to die. This body's going to die. My ideas don't die. My concepts, my movements, my music, that don't die. So I got to get as much of that stuff out. And I don't know what your stuff is. You got to know. But to sit around and, I don't know, be worried about dumb stuff, like what? I don't know. I just think we need to wake the F up and like be about something. Do change in your city. Like we were talking about Oprah yesterday. Who was I talking to? Oprah? A lot of people actually, because Oprah's coming to Dallas. And me and my other friend, we were looking at the tickets. We like, well, I wouldn't dare go to nothing with that many people without being VIP. That just don't even make sense. So we looking at VIP tickets. It'll be like $1,500. All right, cool. That's nothing. I actually thought it was cheap. And then we noticed that the VIP has several sections. And the section that I want is $7,500. My friend like, well, that's a lot of money. I said, not to talk to a billionaire. Who you know? Who you know that you can go sit up and chit-chat, take a picture with? The people who pay $7,500, even in that room, are going to be people that you can get together with and make things happen. They're going to be connections that you can make. So what is Oprah selling? Oprah selling her idea. And I'm sorry, if you had the same ideas, in your DNA, you would be doing what she's doing. So I see the value in $7,500. I've paid people $30,000 that ain't doing half the stuff Oprah doing. So yeah, makes sense to me. Christmas present makes sense. Because guess what? There's a mentality. Black folk real quick to be like, she need to be, what you gonna do for me? First of all, someone else's success does not mean I need to give you something. Because you didn't earn it, you won't keep it. Your mind is still where it is. So not investing keeps you where you are. Okay? Second of all, Oprah is think about it. You can't go have a conversation with Oprah. So if I have $7,500 to go and be in VIP, I'm a different kind of person. I'm already thinking on the right direction. Now I can just keep thinking, getting bigger. Something's gonna shift. It can't not shift by being in the energy of a billionaire, right? So now I go back to my city, my community. Everything I touch is gonna have a piece of what happened and transformed in my life from that moment. Small minds don't understand that. Because you still be saying, why she can't just be for free? Why do she need to be for free? She's done enough. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube. Holla at that. Right? So it's all mindset. Oprah leave this earth. Nothing she's done is going to leave. The ideas are here. The movements are here. The TV channels are here. The books are here. The organizations, the charities are here. I'm trying to be like that. That's how we should be thinking, you guys. So I don't know. Okay, lady, get on wood. I feel barbershop conversation, September. I'm about to mess up the date. September 28th in LA. Is it September 28th? Community event. Again, it's about change. It's free food, free games, free gifts. It's connection. Bring your family, bring your friends. We have to get together and keep having conversations that elevate the mindset. The only reason people poor because it's a mindset. How many poor people have you seen become rich? They change their mind. So something you're struggling with today, don't try to dress your way out of it. Think your way, right? And if you don't know how to think, you literally just get under people who are doing the thing. It's simple. Success leaves clues. Act like the success you seek. Think like the success you seek. That's not fake. I literally look up sometimes and I'm like, man, I used to dream about this. And I used to walk and talk and act like it was already done. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just wanted to be pretending. And who knew that it was that simple? Because then actions that I take were from the place of where I desire to be. Does that make sense, you guys? The actions that I took were from the space. They were from the energy. They were from the place of where I desired to be. And so then things started happening. People started saying, okay, they looking at me, but they feel me different. You might look at me and see one thing, but you feel something different because I'm not where you see. That's not where I am right here. Your mind is the key to everything. The doctor told my mom, if you don't stop this depression, you are going to bring on dementia. He just told her. And I was just thinking, how many people have my mom devoted her life. No shade to the church. I love church. I think church is great. But you need to be somewhere that's growing, that's interacting with the community, that's building. She started hanging with people who do the same thing. Everybody's sick and dying, but shouting on Sunday, hate their sister, banging somebody else's wife. This is the people you mingle with at church. Now, church is not perfect. Everybody in there doing it. Pick a church that ain't doing that. But we need to be progressing. We need to be progressing. She was not progressing. Her mind started to do what? Digress. All I'm saying is you don't have a lot of time. All I'm saying is who you hanging with, either growing you or you're going to just be, if they're doing the same thing, you're going to be doing the same thing. You cannot be just so magically different that you are not affected by your environment. I call bullshit. So, hey, you want to give 40 years to people going nowhere? You want to give 5 years? You want to give 5 days to people going nowhere? Wake up to your greatness. What's coming to you that you should do? Freaking started imperfect. Imperfect. People love joining movements. People love joining movements. People love being a part of things. So you don't need to be perfect. You don't need no degree. You don't need no certificate. Who has certificates? What are you guys? There's so many people that there's always a person who just defied the eye. Find the person that will inspire you so you can stop saying you need this and you need that before you can do this and before you can do that, because that's all just BS. I'm just saying, you're going to die at some point. What you living life for? Don't let somebody trick you into thinking that you're not valuable. Don't let somebody trick you into thinking that, it's over for you. Don't let somebody trick you into thinking that because of where you're from that you can't. Don't let somebody trick you into anything. Wake up to your greatness. Understand your value. Understand your message in your belly that you got to get out. Understand that you are who you are connected to. You're fired up about something. See, when you're fired up about something, you ain't got time to think about how depressed you are. Who cares? It'll fix itself. What have you been through that you thought you wasn't gonna make it through, but you made it? So when stuff creeps up, like, man, I'm gonna make it through this too. I'm gonna make it through this too. I'm already going through it. I'm passing it. It's mindset, yo. Mindset. Wake up to your greatness. I was looking at that scripture and I was like, man, the lazy man will not plow because of winter. What does that mean? The lazy man. We always got excuses about something. We don't have time for that. And then he's going to beg during harvest. Haters looking at you while you shining on social media. They like, oh, I was going to do that. Oh, I was going, yeah, but you was lazy during the winter. So the people that are reaping the harvest, rightfully so. Stop, I was gonna, and let's just jump to it. Like, let's just jump to it. Let's be urgent. Let's call our connections. Let's not make everything about, like, what you gonna do for me? Like, be of service to somebody else. When you're about other people, you can't be sitting there being depressed. Go volunteer at a domestic violence shelter. Go sit and take calls for Hurricane Dorian. Go do stuff. You'll be over whatever you think you're going through real quick. Real quick. I'm about to go. I just wanted to tell you guys, I have been through so much, I don't know how to get out. I bet you do know how to get out. Who been homeless before? Who been sleeping on somebody's floor before? Who had domestic violence? Who got super, double, triple negative bank accounts? What you going through? Tell me about it. Let's brainstorm it out. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm just saying, let's think out loud. When we around, that's what I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you're around broke folk, you're gonna be broke. And you gotta figure out how to get around other people. And the easiest way to get around other people is go help them. Go help somebody successful for free. And it's gonna mean you're gonna have to spend your gas you don't have. You're gonna have to, maybe do something crazy. Like, I've seen people sleep in their cars, like whatever. But you're gonna help them, and you are naturally gonna be blessed. You're naturally who you are hanging around. If everybody around you struggling, just stop answering the phone. If everybody around you fearful, stop answering the phone. I don't got time for them conversations. Even family members. If you negative, if you always talking about somebody else, I can't hear that. That makes literally my skin crawls. I'd be like, oh my God, I can't talk. I can't have this conversation with you. Either I'm pulling you or you pulling me. I'm just saying, when you're around broke folk, you're gonna be broke. Come give me life. Come on, give me life. Yes, that's true. Oh no, I'm on one. This is a random topic. Don't be lazy in the winter. Yeah, and the thing is, think about the characteristics of winter. Winter can be cold. Winter can be just brutal. Winter can just take you down. It can cause depression for people because it's just always cold and you just got something else. Winter is a hard time to grow something. Winter is hard. This is a hard time to grow something in your life. But it's telling us, do not be lazy. There's reports of people during the last recession. There's a study that shows that the people who didn't stop marketing during the recession saw insane profits. What happened during the recession? The recession is considered a winter, right? That's a form of winter. Speaking metaphorically here, right? So that's considered a recession. A recession is winter. It's cold. Ain't nothing popping. Nobody want to do nothing. But the people who said, I'm going to show up anyway, even though it's cold, even though it's brutal, even though nobody's buying, I'm going to show up anyway. Those people stood it out. That's what starting a business is all about. When I started as a hairstylist, I literally didn't have anything. I was in the negative. I couldn't pay my bills. I don't even know the last time I paid my car note. It was like, I had only paid, out of 12 months, I had paid my car note 3 times. Let me tell you how I know. Because then my ex went to go buy me a car for my birthday, and we were trading in my car. And the guy was like, you never paid your car note? And he just my ex looked at me like, I don't understand. I was like this. Never paid my car notes. Child, listen. It's conversation. You just talk your way through all kinds of delinquencies. Listen. Leaning on yourself will get you got every time. You have to lean on a force outside. I'm going to change that inside of you, because God is in all of us. So you have to lean not on your own understanding, because you're trying to understand your situation and you don't have the knowledge you don't know how to get out of it. If struggle is all I know, I don't know how to get out of struggle. But there's always going to be an unction. Maybe I should go maybe I should go sit with somebody gonna come around you that's a part of your struggle bus life. And you're gonna be like, maybe I shouldn't hang out with this. I don't even know who to hang out with yet, but my instinct, my spidey senses are telling me that this homie right here ain't trying to get off the struggle bus. So maybe starting looks like getting away from this person. And they're going to say I've changed, and they're going to say I'm different, but that's okay, because I don't want to ride on a struggle bus anymore. So I'm going to just sit here, because I know that this struggle is not forever. So I'm going to sit here and think about, how can I do something during this winter season that sets me up for harvest? See, working during the winter is not easy. You may get some blisters. You may get some bleeding. You may get some scrapes and some cuts and bruises. Scrapes, that mean bruises and cuts put together. You may get all of that. But if you keep going and you keep living from the big ideas in your mind, what big ideas are in your mind? If you keep living from those spaces. What y'all laughing at? Oh, because I said, yeah, rebuke broke conversations, rebuke broke everything. Bye. Now you got that broke spirit, broke mentality. Me and my friend was talking yesterday. She was like, do you know somebody that just moved like 32 times in 1 year? Like, and I move a lot. Now, let's be clear. I'm not jumping leases to move to different places. I like to live in different areas. So I pay my lease. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, I'm over this area. I'm gonna go try another area. But we were talking about like people that, they like get like rent houses. Like, you got that cousin and they be like, oh girl, we got a new house all the time. You didn't pay the rent at the last house. You always looking for a reason not to pay your rent. You always like, I know family people. That's like a whole like mind. That's a mindset. That's a way of life. Get away from them people. Love them from a distance. Hey, how y'all doing? All right. They be talking about, girl, it's just hard. All right. My cousin did it. All right. So-and-so just ain't no good. They always there. All right. I ain't got no words for you. David, I miss you. I love you too. We did just click. I love it. You guys, you have to get away from weirdness. And sometimes weirdness is your family, and it's okay. It doesn't mean you don't love them. You can love them where they are, and you can keep progressing. Who's progressing in around you? If they're not, go look on the internet, look up agencies that are helping people, like for real. And be careful with the words I am. I am is a prophecy. I am Jesus said, I am that I am. Or was it Moses? I don't know. God told Moses, I think that's what it is. I am sent me. Whoo, you ain't got to put no word afterwards. That's a whole vibe. I am. That's a whole energy. That's a whole prophecy. I am what? What are you speaking over your life today? I am broke. I am struggling. I am tired. I see that in the comments. That's why I'm saying it. I know it don't feel good to say change your words while you are actually experiencing it, like your senses are saying all is doomed. I feel broke. I see broke. So now that's what you're going to live out. You're going to live from that idea thought process, and you're going to repeat the cycle. It is a thought process. Does that make sense, you guys? There you go. God said it. I knew that, okay. But didn't Jesus say, I'm the way, the truth, and the light? I am. Whoever said whatever. Y'all better read and get all of the technical parts. All I'm saying is it's a prophecy. So I have to catch myself because I could be like, oh, I'm exhausted. Girl, I am very rich. I am very full. I am very healthy. I am very... Let me tell you, ladies, I really do this to myself. Like even when I put on lotion, when I'm in the shower, I be imagining just success and abundance just falling on me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm putting on lotion and oil, you got to be oily. You cannot be ashy, y'all. That's like, I be ashy all the time. But in the morning time, I don't, because this when I put on my lotion and stuff, and it just goes away in like 2 hours. But anyway, okay, so when I be rubbing on my lotion and stuff, I don't just be being basic. I be like, you are just luxurious, girl. Jesus, don't make no sense to be this fine. You like to talk to yourself. Don't wait for nobody to tell you fine. I don't need you to tell me nothing about me. Keisha, you this. Okay. She's great. I be in the mirror like, girl, what's up? Millionaire Key. Literally, I have Millionaire Key everywhere. Like, everywhere. There's so many places. What's up? How you doing? It's okay. You learn from your mistake. What you learn? What did you learn from that mistake? I be thinking about what lessons. So I don't want to repeat it. So I have to make sure I remember the lessons and start saying, oh, wait, are you doing something that goes against that lesson that you learned? Because listen, we're on a mission. We're on a movement. You are the only person talking to yourself. Put something in your ear that is uplifting you and reminding you. Like seriously, you guys. You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this. Y'all better go download my song. Go download it. It's on YouTube if you don't want to download
The
it.
feeling is deep within you.
Listen to this whole album. It's a formula. We made this on purpose. Come on.
You find yourself being pulled by it, pushed by it. You even try and shake it, but no matter what, it doesn't go away.
Your calling doesn't go away. You just put a bunch of distractions in your face.
Caught in your own head. What if no one gets it? What if they don't like it?
What if people don't like my
What if they say
ideas?
my ideas are all the same? They probably see this is not life-changing enough. And although there's this continuous internal cycle, it's interesting to note that when you question the cycle, which is an extension of you, it ultimately means that you're questioning
Listen, when you
yourself.
question, you were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
You were born for this.
There's no doubt about that.
Share this live stream. Stop growing by yourself. Wake up to your greatness. Be amazing today. Be in gratitude today. Woo! The world needs you to be the best version of you. Get with the right people. Connect. Live more. Love more. Shift your perspective more. Be stimulated. Believe bigger. Relax, yo. Listen. Woo! There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. It's no doubt in my mind that you just gotta wake up to the greatness that's inside of you. There's no doubt, you guys. Certainty. You are literally, you ain't basic. Come on. Oh, the world needs you to live. The world needs you to live louder. Oh, hey. The world needs you to play bigger. The world needs you to be stronger. The world needs you to live louder. Live louder, yeah. You were born for this. Oh. You were born for this. You were born for this. So wake up to your greatness. What's up? What's up? Hey, you were born for this. So wake up to your greatness. Wake up to your greatness. Wake up, y'all. Wake up to your greatness. Wake up to your greatness. Woo! Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's already inside of you. You have everything you need. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day. When I was a kid, we said, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in this day. I will rejoice and be glad. Come on, man. Be excited. You're here. You have another opportunity to play bigger. To say, you know what? I'm going to stop doing that. That doesn't serve where I want to go. And be okay if you don't know where you're going to go next. Be okay with that. Relax. Sometimes in your relaxation, revelations come. Revelations come when you relax and stop thinking about what you don't have. I love it because of you. I've been doing videos lately. Yes. Put yourself out there. Like, just turn on the camera. This ain't no like, I was jamming this song, talking to myself, calling myself out on how I'm going to play bigger and how I'm going to live louder. I'm already loud. People tell me I'm too loud, and I'm like, you don't even know. That's dumb. I'm not too loud. Or does my greatness make you uncomfortable? You were born for this, but it's okay because you can have your greatness and shine brighter than me if you desire, darling. It is all enough for us. There is so much abundance. So much abundance. Okay, let me look at these comments. I have no support. I'm by myself. So, no friend, know how to keep them. So I would say when I'm in a space where I feel like nothing, I can't do anything, you have to like think on paper, because typically that's not true. And here's the other part that my daddy always taught me. Like, when it comes to your children, when it comes to the things that you're responsible for, there is no guarantee that anyone will support you anyway, right? Even if you had a loving husband, he could die and not have left you anything, and now you and your kids stuck, right? There's no guarantee that nobody's going to ever support you. So you are their support, and you are enough. And you have not been brought to anything that you can't overcome, and you're not by yourself. Believing that you're by yourself means, like, I'm just trying to see, do you believe God exists? Because for me, in my darkest hour, I only had my faith, which never left me. When I was on a hospital bed and my family's in another city, nobody can get to me, and I'm literally dying. I'm literally losing my life, going into shock. I've lost too much blood. I am dying on the hospital bed. Things are turning black. I only had my faith. I only had God to lean on. Oh, let me quote the word. Let me use this willpower. Let me activate this faith. So you don't practice. You have to practice now for game time. Right? And then look at what you do have. What do you have? Because if I'm only focused on what I don't have, I'm going to only see more of that. Everything in life is going to reflect to you what you're thinking. I have no support. You try to call so-and-so, they be like, I'm busy. And you're going to be like, see, I knew I didn't have no support. And then everything you do is going to reflect to you, I have no support. So you have to be careful with what you're rehearsing, because you're always rehearsing something. And you have to forgive yourself. Although I feel by myself, I need to, God, forgive me. Let me forgive myself. I'm not alone. I'm never alone. God, I can do all things with you. And I know you're going to send the right person, the right resource. I know that I'm going to get into this word because that's free on the internet. You got Wi-Fi. At some point, you're on the internet. So I'm going to trust that you're going to lead me to the right person, the right resource. What can I do right now with my abilities and my talents and my gifts? Can I cook? Can I bake something for people and sell it? Can I go, clean somebody's house for some money? Can I Uber? Right? Can I do some hair? Can I do some makeup? Can I sing a song? Can I do something? What can I do? Right? So it's just thinking out. My faith isn't strong. So, and it's a muscle. Faith is a muscle. Can't please God without it. Exactly. Faith is a muscle. Love what you're saying, but I'm going to need you to work on your scriptures because I am meeting with the local community college to start my girl empowerment group. Thank you. Good. When I'm hyper, words will, I don't need to be politically correct because y'all could go Google it. That's how I feel about it. You know, we spend so much time on details. Like, y'all know what scripture I was talking about. If you don't, I invite you to Google it because that is what makes you stronger. Because you should never believe everything that I say or anyone. You should always go look it up. So I have no feelings about if I ain't accurately. Because I openly say that's probably wrong to some extent. But there is truth. Yeah, faith is a muscle, you guys. Faith is a muscle. So you have to work on, okay, although I see this, I know that this is not my forever. This is a temporary moment. Like, you have to have a conversation and invite wisdom into your life. You have to invite God into your life. You have to invite on a minute by minute, like, okay, God, this is stressing me out. I'm going to choose faith over fear. And because I have faith, I'm going to do and be quiet and listen. What comes to you is not going to be a booming voice. You may feel led to go do something for someone else, but then through that doing, you're blessed. Like, you can't predict your blessings, but you can actually invite God into your life. And literally walking by faith is, I don't have the rent money, but I'm going to keep doing this, and this. And just trust that I know I'm gonna get through this. Because how many times I remember, like, at some point you gotta stop fretting about stuff that you have fretted about before. Does that make sense, you guys? Like, once I got one eviction notice, I wasn't scared of the second one. Because, okay, I can't fret about that. I know I'm gonna fix it. It's gonna get together. I know it's gonna come. I know I'm gonna work. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep walking by faith. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing the things I know to do and asking God to show me the next best step. Keep doing the things you know to do. I'm not going to sit and sulk. I'm going to be looking and expecting God to show me something, someone. Right? It's invisible. You're literally believing in invisible. You're literally believing in invisible. But that's what faith is. What you can Amazon Prime some faith? Nope. You got to build it. You got to build it. So nobody's exempt from building faith. That's why I can't give it to you. If I could, I would give it to you. I would just be like, you get faith. You get faith. You get faith. You all get faith. Y'all remember the Oprah meme? And not to make light of your situation. Like, struggle is like, for real. Like, I get it. But you have to trust that your senses, Satan will make your senses is your eyes, your nose, your taste, your touch. When you start to touch, like if you be with the wrong man, but y'all got some good, you know what? Them senses will throw you off every time. It's clear that he a fool. It's clear that he a player. It's clear that he broke and just trying to live off you. But you got some good sex with him, girl. So them senses will fool you every time. He's changing. Or he got good D and you need to drop that brother like a hot pot, like drop it. Senses will fool you. So what you perceive from your senses are here to distract you and keep you in fear, keep you in all these things. And your faith is not compare. You can't compare. It's just, what do I have right now? God honors you for even trying to go after the word. Like, God will honor you for that. Meaning, you feel like you don't have anything, but you decide to give to someone else. You will be honored for that. I just talked about this the other day. Because it was even harder for you to do than the person who has it and they just give it because they got it. Where can I download that? You can download it on iTunes. It's everywhere. Anything, Amazon. You can just go on YouTube and type in, it's called Unleash the Artist Within. And me and my girl put together, and we purposely put them in this order with the formula. You have to first wake up to the call, and you have to believe that you can believe. Then you have to surrender, because it's going to require you to give up something, and you have to be obsessed with it, right? And then you have to own that, greatness, and own who you're called to be. And like, this is a purposeful album. It's so good, you guys. And we have a whole class, and I need to do the class again. We have a class with it. It's insane, but it's talking about living from faith, living from the calling in your belly, living from a place of surrender to the thing that is telling you, like, you should be doing this, you need to go do that. Because faith is going to call you to do something that doesn't make sense, right? I have been let down. And that means you're thinking about, you're not doing whatever you feel is next because you're thinking about what happened. So you can't live from the past of this happened. Like, we can recognize the past and say, okay, what did I learn from that? What did you learn from being let down? Maybe you chose the wrong person to try to let you up in the first place. They weren't the person, right? So you can't just not move because it didn't work the first time. Do you know how many times I've been rejected for music? Do you know how many times I've been rejected in the most odd ways? Literally record labels. I've been in studio where they made Thriller. I've been in so many places and TV, everything. And every day someone says, oh my God, you should model. Every day someone says, oh my God, you have a voice like this person or that person. But every time I went to all these different opportunities, they'd be like, no, you're great, but no thanks. So do I stop singing? No. Do I stop being who I am? Some people say you're too happy. Do I stop doing that? No. Do I stop? No. In the past, so many people have let me down. But what I know for sure is that I let myself down when I don't just keep pushing forward, because now I'm miserable. And really miserable people, they're going to always be there. They're either going to bleed on you or you're going to bleed on them. And your circumstances that make you. So it's a self-conversation. It's like people will, well, I ain't gonna say that. Now you cook. Yeah, it's understanding your value. Because if I put value in a car or if I put value on anything outside of myself more than myself, that's the problem. Exactly. The gift is inside of you, God giving a tool to be a use for his greatness. Yep. It is. Everything you need is always inside of you guys. Everything starts in your mind. You must love you, period. You have to. The self-awareness. Most people are not aware of and it's not cocky to love yourself. That's what I was saying. Like, it is not cocky for me to look in the mirror every day and speak greatness over my life and to just rub my legs and be like, oh my God, you're sexy. That's not cocky. Somebody made up these rules and it's just ridiculous. It's not cocky. If I don't tell me how amazing I am, who else will? I'm only radiating. You only resonate with me, and there's something that you're attracted to because I'm doing my self-work. I'm self-aware. So you can't come tell me something about, I'm going to be looking at you like you're crazy because I know myself. Self-awareness is so important. Because if you're not self-aware, you will let a man come in and hit. I'm just using examples. But I wasn't aware of my greatness, so I allowed a man to abuse me. But, when she woke up, today, it's really kind of sad. My dad be like, I feel bad for these men. Like, I don't even know. I understand who I am. So I'm not shrinking. I'm not downgrading. I'm not settling. And I don't care what you think about it. Hi, hello, hi. Same thing for a job. You interviewing me, baby, but I am interviewing you. Same thing for friendships. Same thing for clothing. It is a mindset and a recognition of God within you. If God is powerful and God is in me, so am I. So I walk therein. So you can say anything. And I'm just going to line it up with what God says about me. What does God say about me? Well, I'm a child of the king, so I'm royalty. So I'll just have to let her be talking trash. That's cool. Royal people I don't have to do these things. I believe that how can you overcome clients that don't come back for hair service? You need to study Brian Tracy. Eat That Frog and everything Brian Tracy. And Tony Robbins. And like literally just drown. Don't listen to no music. Cut off stupid stuff. Cut off naked booty twerking people on Instagram. Cut off stupid TV shows. Cut off power. Cut off everything. And just drown yourself in Miles Monroe, Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins. Drown yourself in the word every morning and night. You need to rewire your DNA, because in business, it's not personal. Okay. So if a customer doesn't come back, it's your job to survey your customers on a regular basis to just figure out why. Maybe they didn't come back because it has nothing to do with you. Sometimes it's just like, I moved. I don't want to even wear hair anymore. They like me, they shave their hair off and go natural overnight. Or maybe there's something that you need to work on. And how would you know how to get better if you don't ask people where you suck? So it's not personal because you don't really suck. It's just the skill set needs to be perfected. But you can't treat business so sometimes when you're building a business, you need to get a day job so that you're not in need of a customer. Like, because then when you're needing them, like, oh my God, I need you because I need to pay my bills. You're going to make decisions from the place of I need to pay my bills. So, and your energy can reek of I'm on the struggle bus. So if your energy, and this is no shade, I'm telling you guys, this is what, if I'm getting my hair done by someone that is just, even if they're not talking, the energy is like, my life sucks right now. I have no help. Everybody always leaves me. That's like depressing. And you're probably going to attract the clients like that. And typically they don't have no money either. So they may like you and your services, but they ain't got no money because they on the struggle bus. So you cannot do business with these mindsets. So there's nothing wrong with getting a day job so that you can pay bills and take care of home and feel supported and get the information that you need to build a successful business. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. And it's going to require time management. Getting a day job and doing a side hustle is going to require, focus and but you can do it. So maybe it's like, okay, let me get a day job so I can stop fretting about this business so that I can make better choices, not from a place of lack or from a place of, limited. And I would say Miles Monroe, because then you're going to get God, and he talks about business and management and vision. Most people don't have a vision. I talk about this, and I think I need to talk about it more. Vision is imperative. It's massive. If you don't sit down and say, just write all the dreams and visions that come to you. And sometimes we don't write vision because we're so boggled down in what's happening to us. And again, your senses want to keep you distracted. Like the best part of senses, there's joy. I love tasting good peach cobbler dough. You know what I'm saying? And I love just all the things of your senses, your 5 senses. But they will also keep you stuck. Why is this happening? Who's doing this to me? All this who, what, why. It's like they will keep you distracted, and they will keep you not focused on getting better. And every single day, if you just wake up and decided to get better at everything that you're doing, like if you're doing hair, ask your customer, call the customer who didn't come back, and stop wondering and say, hey, there is no pressure for you to come back, but I'm curious on how I can get better. So is there anything you can tell me that would have made your experience better? That's a simple, and people will be like, wow, I've done that, and people come back. And then they be bringing their friends. Who knew? Because people will support you in your growth. They're not using the measure of faith God gave them. We do a lot unseen by man. Only God knows. It's God who will reward me. Unleash the artist within. Now you cooking. You must love you. Exactly. Who will always have haters? Everybody will. God said it. I think sometimes we just put too much pressure on people to be all these things to us because, or you want your man to be everything. You want your kids to be your everything. God is my everything. And because I'm in this amazing relationship with God, I can flow over into all of the positions that I hold as a daughter. I call my daddy this morning, Daddy, what you need today? I can just hear he was like, what time you coming? I didn't plan. I'm like, what's up? What you need? Like, be that person. I can be that when I'm plugged in. But if I'm too busy worried about me, I will forsake my parents who, I'm here to help. I'm here to be a light. So anyway, I love you all. I'm going to go now. I want some coffee. Now it's lunchtime. Jesus, it's lunchtime, you guys. Lunchtime. Get the album, Unleash the Artist Within. It's going to be yummy. Do what works for you. What does that mean? What is that for? I don't know what that means. Amen, sis. The whole thing is just wake up to your greatness, you guys. The world needs you to be bigger because there's so much happening. And the more we're worried about what we don't have, who don't like us, what we wish we could do, who said what, we are distracted from our greatness. So I'm asking you to wake up to your greatness. Matt, I love you more. Matt Gill in the building. You guys go follow his page, Faith and Flow, on Instagram. Go follow Matt Gill on Facebook. He has a like page. Matt is the bomb. Thank you. I will take your advice and help myself. Yes. Because when you do that, you literally, your children, everybody gets to feel the blessings because you decided to do something for yourself. And so I am so grateful that I could say something. I mean, it was very scatterbrained and randomly, but that's what happens. I love you all. I just felt I felt led to go live. That's what it's about. Some of y'all be like, what do I say? And how do I say it? Turn on the camera and trust God. Thanks, you rock. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love you guys. Okay, bye for real, because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Why do I sing everything?